Right there, Pesos. I'm going to Mexico in a week and I need pesos. The airports, the money exchanges, and just using dollars are going to give you the worst exchange rates. Here's the workaround. Mexico's pretty easy to travel to. Credit cards are accepted widely across the country, so there's no problem using them, but a couple warnings. Make sure that your bank doesn't charge you foreign transaction fees, and make sure you notify your bank before you go, because they might shut you off for security if they see a foreign transaction. Many restaurants will take pesos, and they usually have a conversion rate posted, but it's their rate that they decide, not what the market rate is. Now, money exchanges at airports are charging you for convenience, so you're going to get the worst rate at the airport, whether it's at your origin, your connection, or the destination. So you can get away with credit cards and dollars, but if you want street food or souvenirs or even to use bathrooms, you're going to need pesos. So let's figure out how we can exchange those before we leave for our trip and what my strategy is when I go to Mexico. So I have a three-pronged method for financial safety when I'm in Mexico. Number one is I try to get pesos at a bank before I leave, and that's probably the most important part, is I travel to my bank, I ask for pesos. Some banks, and this is important to know, that some banks are going to charge you for converting dollars to pesos. Some banks aren't going to have them on hand. You're going to have to order them to get them in. And sometimes their market conversion isn't great. I have a bank that exchanges pesos. They keep them in their safe and they always have them on hand. So I can come in and bring in $500. There's about a 3.5% charge for me to exchange pesos, and then I leave with pesos and I'm able to go. I ask for smaller denominations because sometimes vendors don't have change, and this time I got no $500 pesos, so that it's all ready to go for me. Some of your banks may require you to order your pesos in advance, so they may charge a fee for that. Just be aware what the exchange rate is, what the fee is, and how many days you're going to need to get pesos delivered to your bank. So one of the other great options to use is ATMs. And there's some important safety tips to keep in mind when you're using ATMs. Don't use the ones on the street, okay? Because those could have skimmers attached to it. Use the ones inside bank lobbies or inside grocery stores with a bank logo on it. Now make sure that you're getting pesos. I saw it once at Isla Mujeres where they had dollar ATMs and peso ATMs sitting side by side. So you had to choose the one that you wanted. And then finally, probably the most important part is when you're using the ATM, make sure that you decline the conversion. By declining the conversion, you're going to be withdrawing in pesos rather than getting a lower exchange rate. So my final tip, and I think this one's pretty important, is I use my phone for my credit card transactions. Now the cool part in Mexico is a lot of times at restaurants and such, rather than taking your credit card over to the terminal, they bring the terminal to you to check out. That way I can use tap to pay because I've already set my credit card up through Google Wallet, and then it masks my credit card number so they don't actually get my actual credit card number when they use that terminal. So I don't have to worry about skimmers because it uses a virtual number. So set your credit card up in Google Wallet or Apple Pay or something like that, and then use Tap to Pay on your phone to pay for your transactions. Okay, so I got a three-pronged approach to taking money to Mexico. Number one is I go to a local bank that I can trust, that gives me good exchange rates, or you can order pesos from your bank. I get about half the amount of money that I think I'm gonna need in cash. And then I go and scope out an ATM in a bank or a lobby, but I make sure that I decline the pesos, decline the conversion, and just get the money in pesos. My third approach is I set up Google Wallet, I notified my bank that I'm going to be traveling, and my credit card doesn't have foreign transaction fees, so I use Tap to Pay. If you got any more ideas, drop them in the comments below. I carry coins. These can be really valuable when you need to use restrooms or for tipping like street performers. Now there's different denominations of coins. This one's a 2 peso. These are 10 pesos. So this and this 20 peso bill and these two coins are the same amount of value. But a lot of times when you go to a restroom, it's going to be 6 pesos. They will not make change. The only way you can get that is to give them a 10 peso coin or have exact change on you. It's just a lot easier to carry a 10 peso coin and forgive the change.